We are recording. Right, okay. Right, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 people. That's good. Hello, Gail. I don't know if you can hear me, Gail. That's welcome to the meeting. Right. The question last night was about obviously withdrawing NLA from the exchange. Now, I really wanted to show you that, but what I'll do is I'll create a video on that one and show you how you pull out duck as well from the exchange, and that pretty well covers it. And you'll have a video to go and have a look at that. So that's that little bit over. So let's hit with the questions, and I'm going to start from the top from left to right, and we've got Julia.
No, I'm going to. No, no questions because I'm going to listen to other people's.
Right, and I'm in the middle, so I'm not going to talk to myself. That leaves Charles. You're next. Any questions?
Hey, I'm kind of with Juliet right now. I'm just here to glean off of you.
All right.
So
okay.
I don't have
that's fair
any
enough.
specific questions.
Okay. Well, if anything pops up in here, just write it down and you always ask later. Ria, you're next.
I'm next.
Yep.
Okay. I had a question, and now it's gone right through my mind. Hang on. God. I was thinking I'm going to ask this, and then Juliet said something, and I forgot.
Pen and paper.
So come back to me. Come back to me. I'll get it.
Right. Is Teddy Man? Is Teddy Man next? Hello, Chris.
I don't have any questions. I'm pretty.
Okay. Right, Peter, you had a few questions.
No, I was only teasing.
You.
Well, this is going to be a short meeting.
Okay. What is the best way to learn about Next Level Africa?
Well, there's 2 ways. There's 2 ways, and that's quite easy. And they're all to do webinars and meetings. Okay, so you need to listen to support video or emails, and listen to Noel's webinar, and obviously come on to meetings like this. And doing videos like this is much better, obviously, than just the written word, because the written word you tend to sort of look at it, read it, don't absorb it. Whereas you're spending time watching a video, you're going to have more intent in listening and learning. Does that answer your question?
Okay. Is it a good idea to keep notes?
I keep a file on my desktop, and everything I've learned in 5 years with NLA is in that file. Does that answer your question? Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Where can, and I think you answered this one, where can one find updates about NLA?
That can only come from, you could say that we're the second-hand support, so it wouldn't come directly from us. That would come from support themselves. That will be in the Skype rooms, or as we said before, you'll get information through email, and of course webinar again.
The webinars.
If I have a question, who is the best person to ask?
Depending on what the question is, the whole group might be able to answer the question. Okay, so there's quite a lot of people here who could answer that. That's why I was saying the other day, people helping people, whether they're strangers or not, doesn't matter. Is if you know the answer, then help somebody. But if it's something that we can't answer, then I would suggest send an email to support. I think reply to nextlevelafrica@gmail.com and send in your question there. Or ask us at Skype room.
Okay. What is the most important thing I should do to benefit myself with regards to Next Level Africa?
The first thing that comes to my mind is that desktop wallet. Because that desktop wallet is what's going to make it all worthwhile, the whole caboodle, right? If that desktop wallet's going to hold a lot of money, and you'll be transferring things through from your account to the wallet to the exchange. So I find that a very, very number one important factor. But if you are also doing projects, like I know you're going to be, then obviously you want to be making sure that's all up to date, legal, you're talking to the right people, which I know you are. I think that's very critical, because it's a very out in the public realm, and you're going to be exposing not just yourself, but the organization to the world via NLA, which could have repercussions if you don't do things legally and correctly. Okay, excuse me. I think that's about it. The general running of Next Level Africa itself is pretty easy, and I would like to get into my account to show you all around there once again, that we understand it all. Other than the project side of it, there's not too much to really worry about. The pay plan, as you know, I think Noel is going to start doing some slight changes on that to make it even more lucrative. I don't know what that's going to be yet, so we're just going to have to wait. Other than that, I can't give you anything else in my mind of what I think is most important.
About Noel, how did he become CEO, and what are his credentials for that role?
Well, I'll answer the credential side of it. Is that if you look on Smarter World, the new website, you'll see his obituary.
Oh, let's hope he doesn't.
Oh, no, you're not delighted with that.
That's awful.
Might be saying yours, St. Gerald.
Oh, dear me.
You'll see his biography, I think is the word. And you can read up on that, as his experience and everything else on that side of things. To prove it, Noel's not somebody you'll find on the internet as somebody like you can find out about someone called Rockefeller or something like that. Noel has a very quiet, if anything, online exposure.
He has
But
got a lot of credentials.
Noel was, obviously some of you know that he was not the original owner of Next Level Africa. He was called Next Level X. And that was run by an American guy called Leslie. I can't remember his last name. And Leslie started this idea, this concept. But at the time, there was no Baron Rothschilds or anything that's happening today then, although the Chingaling was the coin that was going to be the coin of use today. But then Leslie spoke to Noel, said if he was interested in taking over Next Level X, then he could have it. And Noel took it over, and the rest is history.
He has got a lot of credentials there, hasn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of.
He's got a lot of business experience, and
Yeah.
he's also superb on the matrix pay plan. He knows that inside out.
Right.
Very clever man. Anything else, Peter?
Yeah. Is that a cardigan you're wearing, or is that your dressing gown?
I'm going to take this off just now.
It's an Aran sweater, isn't it?
Yeah, my wife knitted it.
I used to knit those for my husband as well.
Yeah.
When I lived in Scotland, he needed them.
But she's getting quite warm in here. I'm going to open my window a bit. But I can't open my window too much because there's an army of midges out there.
Yeah, I've got one in here, which is not good.
Have you thought of that question yet?
Yeah, well, what I want to know is Noel, in his webinars, he talks about the levels and all that, but you can't get into NLA unless your level has been opened, isn't it?
Right, we're up to level 5, which I can get into mine.
Still. Oh
You know,
dear.
he says that next. I don't know who. Does anybody here know they're on line 6? Chris, are you on line 6?
I'm
I'm
in line
on
6, I
mine.
think.
I
Oh,
don't know
you're on
where I
line
am.
6.
I
Well,
think I am too.
okay. Well, if you
I've
are,
no idea where I am.
you're at home. You know where you are. When line 6 comes in, you'll be able to log in, but you won't be able to know what line you're on until line 7 comes in, right?
Okay.
Because what happens, you'll be able to move your mouse onto line 7, and it will tell you what that line is, which will tell you you're on line 6.
Okay. I understand.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Now, according to Noel, while we're on the lines, they nearly got line 10 filled, which is fantastic news. When I don't know how long it's going to get that up and running or open and running on the website. I hope it's going to be pretty quickly, but the numbers are bigger, much bigger. So that's going to take the time to sort things out. But in the meanwhile, they are saying we can upgrade, which is great. So, you know, for me, for line 5, for example, when line 7 comes in, 6 and 7, I can start working up towards, well, we'll get to package 2. And when the next line comes in, it'll put me onto package 3.
Yeah. Yes.
Because that's where the big money is. That starts.
Okay. But, you know, I bought some accounts as well. And I think they're going in on 9, aren't they?
Sorry?
You know, I bought some extra accounts.
Right.
You know, when they had to, and I think they're going on line 9, aren't they?
I can't answer that.
You
really.
don't know.
I don't know that one, I'm afraid.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know.
Just hoping to get in there. And, you know, how can you upgrade?
Well,
Not until you have access.
well, they're going to be very fair about it. So I don't. You may be able to upgrade, but I don't think you can actually start moving money around, etc., because that's not fair.
No, I'm not thinking about that.
No, but I am. Everybody else.
You're honest about it.
As long as we've got the money there sitting ready to move, and when the support says, okay, guys, we can start moving money, then great.
Yeah.
They like that. I think they're what they're saying, because nobody at the moment, as far as I know, line 1, 2, and 3, or even 4, no one has said anything about making a lot of money or done anything yet. And we would hear that.
Yes.
Okay, so I think they're just.
Yeah, it's all a bit fake, that still.
It is a little bit fake.
Okay.
Okay. Shall we move? Has we got another question, Ria?
Yeah, there's something else niggling at the back of my mind, but.
Okay, we'll go on to Haley.
Yes, I have, well, mainly one query. I've sent him my KYC documents to Coin Exchange Friday a week ago and still haven't heard anything back. Should I email support, do you think, or just hang on due to them doing all the investors stuff? As
support has said, they're extremely slow. I do not know what that means. That's the very vague answers we get there, like, you know. So as long as you've done it, then it must be up there and it will be sorted. I think if you keep on sending in emails about this or said something in the Skype rooms, you'll get your remark back, and just sit back and wait.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I thought I'd just double check, but yeah, I didn't really want to ask on there.
No.
And also, just wanted to make note earlier, Peter, I think it was you that was saying about who do we go for support. Angelina did mention only to email them on the support or ask in the Skype room, not do both, because it's taking up too much of their time.
Yeah, they get flooded with.
Same question. Yeah, don't do that. No, that's right. It's the same thing. Like if you were to contact Karen on Skype, but you didn't get a reply back in 2 hours, so you end up going to Angelina, and then they're both of them saying, "Well, hang on, I've already answered this question." And so let's take up time. Yeah, obviously. So just do once, and that's it, and just be patient.
Also, the magazine. Has anybody here subscribed to the magazine?
Yes, I did.
Did you get a reply email to say that you've subscribed?
Nope.
That's good, because I was waiting on that one, so whether or not I should have received a reply or not, because it spammed my first email account. I had to close it, got shut down. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I think, and Noel did mention about a spreadsheet being made up. So I think if you put in your, put your details in, then you'll be going onto that spreadsheet. I mean, that's a bit vague as well,
Right.
but he did say, you can subscribe to it because there's going to be a pay plan and everything else. So get in there and subscribe, yeah.
Okay, brilliant. What else did I have? There was something on the CX. Yeah, with withdrawing our selling our coins on DUC, there's been a lot of questions on whether it converts to Aussie dollar. Does anybody know anything about that?
Well, yeah, this is very, I had to giggle, I must admit, because I've traveled the world a lot and I've had my cards and all this kind of stuff. And it doesn't matter. You see, the ATM, as we all know, belong to banks, okay? So currency comes into the banks, right, whatever it may be. And if you're at the ATM, the bank's conversion systems come into kick, okay? And you get your equivalent, whatever your currency is, at the rate of that day, okay? So
Okay.
that's how it works. I don't give it's Japanese yen or baht or whatever, okay? You'll always get your own currency at the ATM.
Okay, so I would transfer from the DUC section in Coin Exchange straight to my bank account. Somehow I would enter my bank account details in there.
Yes, correct. And then you can withdraw from your bank in Aussie dollars or ATM.
Minimum $30,000 withdrawal, hopefully. That'd be nice.
Don't forget the $16 fee.
Yeah.
I remember my
Okay,
Always try and think the duck is digital unit currency, but basically it's a dollar. Okay.
Yeah. I just can't access that part of my Coin Exchange yet to have a look until I'm verified. So that, otherwise I would have gone on there and just had a little bit of a squiz, but can't at the minute.
Yep. Okay. Right.
But yeah. No, that's all good for now for me. Thank you.
Okay, Sarah.
I think you've answered most of the questions that I have in my mind. I'm still a little bit not quite sure on duck because I didn't know anything about it at all. So I wasn't sure when we send the NLA from our wallets to the exchanges. I thought, well, how are we getting our money? Have we got to turn it into Bitcoin and then into pounds, or how is it working? But I realise now that we do it through duck, but I still don't quite understand.
If you're going to buy NLA in dollars, then you have to go into the duck section, right, which connects your bank to the Wells Fargo bank, okay, and then it would end up in your duck section. And then if you want to buy the coins, trade and sell, buy and sell, then that duck would show up, and then you could buy NLA coin. That makes sense.
So the coins we've just bought recently, we've just bought with Bitcoin, which is now sitting in.
That's a different way of coming in.
Okay, right.
Now, duck, obviously, as I just said, is also the pathway to withdraw. Or convert.
Yeah. Okay. It'll all become clear when the time is right.
You'll be using that exchange like an ATM.
Yeah.
It'll just flow.
Oh,
pulling all your money out.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Pull your money out and run.
I certainly will. What was I going to say? I was saying to you yesterday, I have a friend who's not an NLA member, but he would like to buy some coins. So could he just buy some the same way as we've been doing now with BTC, or is there another way he could do it? And is he allowed to do it?
I would say yes, because let's put it this way, we've got people, the investors, 430 of them are not going to be in NLA, but they're going to go onto the exchange, start, taking NLA or Chingaling and put it into their portfolios. So yes, Noel and the banks want to see those coins moving around and growing in value. So if you didn't open up to open up to the public, the coin can just sort of sit around a little bit. But yeah, there's nothing stopping them from doing that, as long as they've got the KYC up there and going in. Yeah, no problem.
So all he's got to do is open a coin exchange account.
Yes.
KYC.
KYC.
And he can, if he hasn't got Bitcoin, can he do it?
Then he can go through bank transfer.
A bank transfer.
Yep, bank transfer. Yep.
Ah, right. Into what? Into coin exchange, obviously.
Yeah, to go and buy duck.
Oh, see, this is where I get confused.
When I make this video, you'll see.
Okay.
Right. The video will explain it.
So he's got to put the money in duck to buy the NLA coins.
Yes.
Which is what all the investors are going to be doing.
Exactly.
And that's where we're going to be selling our NLA coins to the investors.
Noel did say on the webinar that they'll be using the duck system. They're not coming in with Bitcoin.
Right.
But the best way to buy it at the minute is to buy the duck, then buy the Bitcoin to buy the NLA. Isn't that right? The cheapest price at the minute?
Go straight in with Bitcoin, I think.
Oh, well, if you're going to buy NLA at the cheap price, then you go buy the BTC side of it. Okay? Because the market maker's already put a price on the NLA coin at $30, so you won't go that direction, will you? You'll go BTC way.
Yeah, it's only 250 something.
Yeah.
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 It was $2.94 I paid this morning.
It even went down to 274. So yeah, you got to keep an eye on the exchange rates, because
there's still about 600 at 42. 00042.
Yeah, that's what I bought them at this morning.
I did have a little bit of Bitcoin, but I couldn't buy any more NLA. But then the price went up, so did my BTC price went up on the exchange, and I bought another 3 coins.
Yeah.
So you really got to keep your eyes open.
You have to check, yeah.
Yeah.
But my question was, I remember now, is it wiser to keep your coins in your wallet or on the exchange?
Very easy. Do you need money right now?
No.
Right. So you could keep your coins in your wallet, and as long as you set it for staking. So
I have that on staking, yes.
There you go. You got your answers. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll transfer everything to my wallet then now. Does it cost anything?
No.
If I take them from the CEX to my wallet?
From the CEX to your wallet, there will be I think there is
there will be a fee.
Small fee, yeah, but
okay.
Nothing.
Yeah, fine. Oh, so that's wiser then I get more staking.
Yeah, of course, yeah, absolutely. I mean, Noel has said himself. He's got, I don't know how many.
He's got.
And he stakes 3 to 4 coins a day.
Oh goodness.
I didn't realise we could do that. I never thought about that.
He's the boss.
No, neither did I.
Into the wallet.
Yeah, no, you can do that. You can move them backwards and forth. It's not a problem.
Oh, I'll stick them in the wallet then.
See,
what's going to
back up the wallet?
Sorry.
Well, once again, once you start making profit in your NLA account, and you're always going to have a bit of money in the exchange because it's going to feed you. That's common sense, right? You're going to do that, whether it's buying a car, paying bills, or buying a house, whatever. But the wallet, you're going to have so many coins going into that wallet that you're going to be just like Noel. You're going to have thousands of coins in there. You're going to be able to stake it, and you're just going to be selfish. You know what I mean?
Oh dear. As long as I can get my house in Spain, I'm fine.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Oh, me too.
We'll
go together.
We're going 3 months in the October, November, December. We've rented an apartment, but I want my own house. So.
Isn't it life good, eh?
Life is wonderful. I'm a happy girl.
I've got a friend that sells properties in Spain.
Okay, Peter, let's end that conversation. Right,
we're sorted.
I'm going to go back to Juliet and do another round. Do another round and see if there's anything else. Right, Juliet, is there anything you picked up there you may want to ask about?
Well, I was just trying to absorb it. What's KYC?
Know your customer.
Chicken.
In other words, all banks and institutions where they like to steal money from
Well,
you.
actually, that's what I thought it was when I first heard it.
Right. Like,
Fucking chicken nuggets.
yeah. KYC is all part of the laundering and, drugs and all the other stuff. But it's also so the banks can keep an eye on you.
Exactly.
Okay, so that's what that's all about.
It's to do with banking, basically.
Yeah, and who you are, proof of who you are. Yeah.
Proof
It's
of-
know your client.
That's the same thing.
And
Chicken.
anything else is, I won't be able to know about anything else until I actually have to do it. And that's where Gerald comes in.
Right, yeah, that's why I get the whip.
So that's why I'm keeping very quiet. Unusual, but I know Gerald will be there.
Right.
When I
Okay, and talk to me. Right, Charles, anything you picked up there you may want to ask about?
No, I'm good. It's all good.
Okay. So, Ria, you happy?
I'm happy.
Right. Peter?
What proof is there that the coins are going to go up?
Well, I did mention that. I'm sure I did answer that in the Telegram group. If you take Chingaling, for example, which is the bank's coin, right? Whatever they do about their coin is going to increase through the humanitarian side and everything else, because they're going to be spending a lot of dollars. So that's going to help move their coin. But with NLA coin, as I said earlier, that even the magazine is going to be a subscription pay plan. In other words, what Noel's doing, and like Big Club Network, he's going to be bringing a lot of partners under the umbrella of NLA, people or groups or whatever who want to use NLC as their currency. It doesn't matter if it's horse betting or whatever it could be. I mean, there's a gold mine in Australia who's interested. There's a big group there waiting to come on board, okay? And they want to use NLC. So if that coin is keep moving and it's being used and it's creating more value and scarcity, of course, right? This drives the price up just like Bitcoin and everything else, okay? I'm personally interested to see that if NLA just does keep going up and not fluctuating like on the markets, which I don't think it will, because if people are going to come in and start using NLC as a currency like pound or dollar, then I think it will take over Chingaling. It'll take over the bank's coin. Okay. If we just made it stagnant, just say, okay, we're running the NLC just for the MLM side of things, I don't think it would move very fast. And no, I didn't come into this business for that reason. He wants this to go far worldwide. So there you go.
And he's ambitious.
Very ambitious.
Yeah.
Very ambitious. And like all of us, he wants to be alive to see it all happen.
Exactly. We're not getting any younger, are we?
Yeah, he's just as eager.
Tell me about it.
I mean, I think on the last webinar, I did mention that somebody said that, you know, people have died waiting for this. And
Absolutely.
he could die himself tomorrow. I mean, he's getting on,
And then what happens?
Well, then his son takes over.
Okay.
So,
Angelina. Oh, that would be good. Yeah.
no, that's all done. His son was going to take everything over.
Angelina.
Don't go there.
Let's not go down that road.
No. Quite a lot.
Don't get him going, for goodness sake.
Right, any other question, Peter?
No, that's it. Thank you.
Chris?
No, I've got nothing, thanks.
You okay? Haley?
Any chance you might be able to do a video on the staking, pretty please?
Yeah.
Oh yes, because I don't know what any of that means. So it'd be nice.
Yeah, I could do it.
Yeah, no idea.
That's very easy. I'll do these 2 videos tomorrow. That's easy enough. Anything?
Thank you. And what else did I have? Nope, I think that's it. I think I'm done. Thank you.
Okay, and Sarah.
So is NLA and LC one and the same thing?
Yeah, well, Next Level Africa, right? Next Level Africa's coin.
Coin, yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, same thing.
Just
Yeah.
like to get things straight.
Yeah, that's fine. As long as you write it down in a little black book.
Well,
Right,
the other
Juliet?
thing I was going to ask you.
Yes, all right, Gerald. Da, 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 yeah.
What's she doing? Before everything went very quiet, then we couldn't access our accounts. I think I had 5. Oh, there's 2 things I need to ask you. I had 5 accounts. Between the 5, I'd earned about 60 coins. So I'm assuming they'll still be there when they reopen.
Mine wasn't.
Oh, right, okay.
So I managed to quickly squeeze into Noel. I said, "Hey, Noel, there's something wrong with my account, mate. All my coins are gone." He says, "Don't worry, they're going to sort all that." So if it happens, don't panic. Okay?
Oh, okay.
But you can go to support, say, "Look, sorry, but there are coins missing from my account." Do that, okay?
Oh, okay. And we can use those then to upgrade, can't we?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Have to find fresh money.
Yeah, I eventually got all my coins back in there, which can help me upgrade all my other accounts when they come in, because I'm also on line 7 as well. Well, in fact, I've got 11 accounts on that one.
Yeah, I'm on 7.
So I'm all ready to do that. The other thing is what I want to bring up here at the moment is obviously I don't want to talk about tax, okay? Because I think as I said today in the Telegram, that if you're going to earn millions, just get an account, get on with it, and let them do the job. You're going to be fine anyway, okay?
Yeah.
But having a spreadsheet, which I've got, and I can resend, which I do many times over the years, resend this sheet that you can copy and adjust and do whatever you want with, and at least you can start off with something with your accounts, and you can add on bits and pieces as you wish. Okay, so I'll if you can. I don't know which is best.
Well, if you're going to be earning an awful lot of money, then you need a financial advisor, you don't you? Because it's not about evading tax, it's about avoiding tax, only paying what you need to pay.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I mean, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, you know, the accountant will want to know where's your office. Well, it's underneath the stairwell, you know, all this kind of stuff. How many light bulbs do you have in there? That kind of thing. Like, you know, I've been through all of that before.
Come here.
I think if I send you my spreadsheet again, I think it's best by email. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, probably would be.
Right. So if you send me, if you write this all down, my email,
Right.
plus PLUS
Rocky.
8,000. That's numerically.
Yeah.
Plus 8,000 at gmail.com.
Right.
And if you just put in the subject line request Excel sheet, then I'll send it back to you.
Thank you very much. The other thing regarding the projects, I think when I set mine at the first 5, if I remember rightly, because it's a long time ago, I don't think I contacted any of the organisations. I just set them up. So I'm going to have to go back to the drawing board, aren't I?
I contacted Rhino UK a couple of week ago to the CEO, a guy called Simon, who I haven't went and spoken to him for 3 years. I said, hello, long time. Yeah. Oh, nice to hear from you again. Like, you know, I said, yeah, look, I explained the situation. He's quite happy with that. And when I spoke to him originally, I told him what I wanted to do and what wording could I copy and use, what video could I use, what images I could use. And he sent me a whole bunch of stuff back, says you can use this and this and this. And that makes it all legal. And I also signed a bit of a document between us both, just to make me like a legal
Fundraiser.
fundraiser. Yeah, yeah.
How would you approach them in the first place? But I think I did approach one, but they were asking me questions I couldn't answer.
Could you say what kind of questions? So,
well, who is the company, who we are, and it's very difficult to explain.
It is difficult, and you can't go in there with MLM and all like that. There's a lot of problem with these organizations. They've got a lot of shareholders. There's a lot of matters to go through and all this kind of stuff. So, they've had quite a journey themselves to get where they are, but they've had to go through legal channels and all sorts. And then we're going to come along and say, well, I'd like to give you $30,000 a month. What do I have to do? Well, they'll just tell you, well, donate it. But you don't want to do that because you want to use information from them to put into your project, which is going to go worldwide or even end up in NLA magazine or whatever. So, all kinds of details have to be 100% and legal. And that company would also see themselves in that magazine. So it can be complicated, but there are some also who have just sort of been downright unhelpful. And I say, well, thank you very much, bye-bye, you just lost $1 million. That's fine by me. I'll go somewhere else. And that's what I do. I don't mess around with them because they don't want to, they're not interested in having a lot of money coming in yearly. Who wants to support the organisation?
I'm just not very good at putting letters together, and I'm thinking, I'm not sure how to approach them in the right way.
No, I hear you, and nor did I. Okay, nor did I. And all I did was I jumped into the fire and waited for the response, and then you took it from there.
It's finding out, Gerald, isn't it, if they're legit?
Well, no, you can be joining. No, because if you go to their website and check down the bottom, you'll see charity numbers. You'll see lots of connections. You go into all that stuff.
Yeah, right.
Start checking them out. So you do all your due diligence first, anyway.
Yeah, okay.
Because there are scam sites out there and some very clever ones. I agree with you.
Well, I did the donkey sanctuary. I did the orangutan, and a couple of local hospices.
Yeah.
And also the air rescue, the mountain rescue.
It's funny enough, it was an orangutan organisation I first contacted, and I hit a blank wall with them. I said, well, cheers, bye. And now another one's come in, and they're quite happy. So, yeah, move around.
Yeah, well, as I say, I think it's the wording to start you off to get into that conversation with them.
Well, just to say, all you got to say is who you are, and you would like to donate to your project or whatever it is, and could we talk? Just make it just short introductory, right? And then they'll come back to you and they'll talk to you, and then the feed starts going on. Okay.
I get a bit tongue-tied.
You're typing, aren't you? Don't mention about MLM or anything like that. And also, at the same time, while we're on the project side of it, the project side of it needs to be. I'm talking about NLA projects and the humanitarian thing and all the banks and all this stuff must be up and running, okay? Because those people want to see. They'll want to know what's going on, what they want, show them what's going on. Don't mention anything about the MLM or anything like that.
No, I never would. No. So do we just say it's crowdfunding?
Yeah, it is crowdfunding, but also, I wouldn't even mention that either because I've had people come back to it. No, we're not interested in crowdfunding, and that was to do plastics. Four Oceans Plastic, United States. I contacted them.
Oh, did you? And they weren't interested?
They weren't interested. We're not interested in crowdfunding. They just want money. So I thought, okay, bye-bye.
Where's that money going to go?
They lose. They're under obligations again. I can't, say, oh, well, stuff you. I mean, it's not really that. It's they're probably their hands are tied for some reasons or whatever.
American charities. I work with quite a few charities. American charities that are very, very strict. Their rules are incredibly strict. And in fact, for us outside America, they need a special certificate to actually work with people or to actually get funding. And sometimes other charities in America will actually channel funding through another charity because it's such a pain in the backside to get their own certificates. So possibly looking at some charities, you know, elsewhere in the world, certainly third world. If you know people directly in the third world, I mean, that's what I'm doing. I know people in the third and fourth world that actually work with charities. I work with charities there, so I know people. But the other thing is, you do have to be careful with charities because there are a lot of crooks who set up charities. So I would suggest getting in. I would suggest actually going and looking at the charity themselves and actually looking at what they've got. Because a sweet little old lady called Lois in northern Kenya, who was apparently the first Samburu woman to actually learn how to speak English, actually scammed the King of Sweden out of hundreds of thousands of pounds, and she's still living off the fat of it now, sort of 15 years later, and he never got his money back because that's what happened. He sent the money over to her bank account in Kenya, and she moved it around, and she's a very clever woman. But so it is important, I mean, like for example, Sarah's donkey sanctuary. If you know the place and you've been there and you've spoken to the people and you understand about them, and that's that can really work. So I would probably go with what you know.
Yeah. It's first of all, I want to go back to Charles there. Charles, would you agree on that about the charities and other organizations in the States difficult?
Yeah, from what I've found, I go mainly through our church supports a lot of different charities worldwide, and that's
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, that's a safe bet. And also, if you can do what you want to do from your own country's organizations and just keep there, that's fine. I mean, the Rhino one, for example, and what's the other one? The orangutan. I mean, there are two very good organisations in the UK, so I don't have to go reaching out into another country, and it's a bit easier for me because if it's wildlife, there's a lot of organisations around in your own country that care for wildlife and stuff.
That's why I did the donkey sanctuary.
Yeah.
Well.
Okay.
Okay. Is any more last questions?
Can I go to bed now, please?
Oh.
Now there's an offer you can't refuse.
12 o'clock nearly here.
I have one more query.
Where's my? Oh, there we go. There's stuff there. Okay, right. Okay, so I'm going to just make a quick note. We want the staking,
And I've got a query on the banks that are going to be releasing all the rest of the coins that they've got there. Any idea where they're going to go? Whether they go to the CEX or to people's accounts for upgrading? I didn't think it was going to the accounts, but just confused on that one.
Wherever the bank wants them to go, it's the sale of that money that goes obviously into CHL, their coin, of which, as you know, we've got what was it, $20 billion coming to us. We've got 12 at the moment, and another 8 to come in dollars. Okay, I don't know how the financial side of it works, on that side of things. I can't really give you a solid on paper answer to that, Haley.
No, that's okay. No dramas. I was just really curious on that one because it hadn't really been mentioned.
If I hear something, then I'll let everybody know. But
thanks.
I don't want to. I'd rather try and just deal with some facts rather than speculate.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, for sure.
I don't want to go in the wrong direction and it falls on wrong ears. Right, staking and CEX
What would be the best strategy now, having bought some coins? If you obviously, well, I do. I want some quick money just to keep them going while I wait for the big money to come in. So I can just sell them up on Dutch.
Yeah. Sorry, how many NLA coins have you got?
As of now, I might buy a few more. I've got 148, I think.
Okay, now I can tell you now, 148 coins. If you transfer them to your wallet and do staking, is you're
not going to get much now. No. I've got 69,000 of another coin I've been staking for about 2 years. Well, you get about 5% a year.
Yeah. Look, like I said, your accounts, just one account alone is going to see us all fine in NLA. And if you got more than that,
I don't know why I bought the other 10 really.
Well, yeah,
15 accounts is ridiculous.
I did question that, why people were going that, but then at the same time, when Noel mentioned, I thought, here we go, marketing.
Yeah.
And I don't blame him. That's fine. You need to fill up accounts and stuff like that. So that was the right thing for him to do. But I'm afraid I didn't fall for it. So
well, I think I'm going to be piggybacking on those 10.
Oh yeah. I've got 12 projects, but if I buy any more accounts, so we'll do eventually in the future, because I suppose in the end we're all going to be massive, entrepreneurs and what's the other word for it? Philanthropists, and we can set up accounts and say, like, it's this organization, how much do you want? Tax deductible, who cares? We're going to the arena of where the millionaires are, right? At the moment, we're all lonely little people at the bottom of the ladder. But we will move up. We will move up there.
We're still wishful thinking.
Well, belief.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I've always been here. Right, yeah, so CX money, how to move that around, etc., stake inside of it. I don't think there's anything else at the moment. Right, we are nearing the hour, which was pretty good. And I'll get this up onto YouTube, and I'll put in...
so would it be an idea to put a few coins up now for sale at the 200? Is that what you've done?
I've put 100 in there, and I've still got another 103 to move. I don't know why, but I suppose I'm testing the waters. I've put in 100. The thing is, if you put in 100, for example, for sale, you can cancel it. And it goes back into your NLA account. You do know that, yeah?
I did it.
Yeah, you've done that as well. Yeah, I've done it many times. Yeah. So yeah, put them in there and just sit and wait, because like I said, I can only go by what Noel says, that he reckoned days. So
yeah.
So I might put 10 in at 200 or something.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I've put in 100 for 200. It gives me 20,000.
That would do nice. Thank you very
much.
much.
I want to buy my wife a new car, so.
Yeah, so do I.
Yeah. So yeah, use it. You bought for cheap, sell high, and make some money.
All that has to be explained to me, Gerald, on stage.
Like it's so high. That's easy.
What did I do wrong on this earth?
What did you say? What did you say then?
He loves you really.
I'm not going to say what I was going to say to him. It's too rude.
So guys, I'm going to stop recording, and let's stop recording now.